Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Nazmi Fathonah. I'm in second grade, majoring in education in Kuningan University. Today, I'm gonna do a presentation regarding the result of a research conducted by Muldani and Tono Suwarono with a title, The Speaking Competence of EFL Students at an Indonesian Suburb Vocational School. Before I start, I will tell you a little bit about EFL. EFL stands for English as a Foreign Language. It means learning English in a non-English speaking country. For example, Indonesian student that is learning English is considered as an EFL student because English is not Indonesia's official language. However, EFL is a very important part of today's world because you can feel safe with the knowledge that you will need it in the future and of course right now. Okay, now let's move to the next slide. Introduction. Speaking skill considered to be the most crucial skill, especially in the academic field, and the most significant skill among all of the four skills to communicate well. Speaking ability is one of the skills that must be mastered. Speaking skill is a very significant competencies for all of students that wish to learn English as their proficiency. However, speaking English is really challenging due to a lot of significant components such as pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. Therefore, practicing a lot is a must in order to improve our English speaking skill. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Research objectives. So there are 2 points in here. The first one is the study aimed to assess speaking ability of the vocational school EFL students. And the second one, as a motivation and challenge for the English teachers to encourage the student to be more confident in speaking English and provide them with more opportunity to practice extensively. As we all know, almost all of company nowadays want to hire or recruit staff that at least can speak English. And usually, students that graduated from vocational school will immediately enter the world of job. So mastering English is very important for them, especially the speaking skill. Therefore, the researcher or the author conducted the study with hope that speaking competence of EFL student at Indonesian Suburb Vocational School could be improved and get better in the future. Okay, the next one is 5 components of speaking skill. The first one is comprehension, and then grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and fluency. So according to Van der Kervent in 1990, there are 5 key of speaking skill, and I will try to explain to you one by one. The first one is comprehension. It describes how well students or people can understand a language completely and how they are accustomed to the situation. Second one is grammar. It is a study on how words and their component parts combine to form sentences as a structural relationship in language. The third one is vocabulary. Vocabulary is what we learn in order to understand how to select a suitable word for a context used in communication. The fourth one is pronunciation. Pronunciation is the way a certain sound or sounds produced and often relates the spoken word to its written form. And the last one is fluency. Fluency describes a level of proficiency in communication, which includes the ability to speak with a good but not necessarily perfect command of intonation, vocabulary, and grammar. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Method. So The researcher used 4 types of method. The first one is convenience sampling. The second one is collecting the data. The third one is descriptive statistic, and the last one is visualized in chart. So in this study, convenience sampling we used, and the data were collected using a document of student speaking scores based on transactional speaking formative assessment. Then the descriptive statistic method right here will use to analyze the student speaking score based on a task. After that, the result or the score will be visualized in a chart. Okay. Here is a formula. So in this formula, the score that we get from the student were computed using this. SA stand for speaking ability score, equal to P pronunciation plus I intonation plus F fluency plus G grammar and plus A accuracy divided by 5. After we got the result, the score will be classified based on the level of ability adapted by Harris in 1969. Here, there are 4 types of level of ability: excellent, good, average, and poor. Score between 80 to 100 considered as excellent, 60 to 79 considered as good, 50 to 59 considered as average, and 0 to 49 considered as poor. Result or discussion. So there were 108 students participated in this research. It was found that 6 students were in a very good level of speaking ability. 67 students were in a good level of speaking ability or average. And then 34 students were in average level of speaking ability, and there was 1 student in a poor level of speaking ability. Okay, here is also one of the method that the researcher used in the study. So in here is a bar chart and also a table. I will try to explain it to you. So in the first bar, it is telling us that there is 1% with a score between 71 to 73 and considered as a poor level of speaking ability. The next bar is 4% for people with scores between 74 to 76 and considered as average level of speaking ability. The next bar is 7 people with scores between 77 to 79 and considered as average level of speaking ability. And then next is 23 people with scores between 80 to 83 and considered as average level of speaking ability. So in total, there are 34 students that are considered as average level of speaking ability with 31.5%. Okay, the next bar is telling us there are 37% with scores between 83 to 85 and considered as a good level of speaking ability. The next one is telling us there are 30% with 86 to 88 scores and considered as a good level of speaking ability with a percentage of 62%. And then the last bar is telling us there are 6 percent with 89 to 91 scores and considered as a very good level of speaking ability with percentage of 5.6%. So the conclusion is the speaking competence of accounting department student reached an average level of 83.61 or considered as a good level, and it can be concluded that the FL student had a good level of speaking competence in average. Okay, maybe that's all for today's presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.